you also had a moment too, I think a coaching moment. Did you win a challenge?
I won the review. I was so happy because we were talking about reviewing the whole entire game, and then finally we got a chance, and then it got overturned. I was like, the biggest thing I try and lead with is always being a good teammate. I feel like that's the most controllable thing. Like a quote that I try and live by is, people won't remember what you do, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So I really try to embody that in my everyday life and just how I operate as a teammate. It's funny because in BP, we're just hitting. I wouldn't say there's oh, you did this, so I need to do this. It's just we always do these scenarios where we're
Welcome to the car ride home. I'm joined today by Jordan Woolery. Jordan and I actually spent legitimate time in the car over the summer, so I'm excited to have her join the podcast here. Jordan, you are entering your senior year at UCLA. I felt weird even writing that. Doesn't seem real yet. A former AFCS national champion, won our very first national championship. Former Alliance All-Star. She has participated in 2 Women's College World Series, All-American, top 10 finalist for Player of the Year, Pac-12 National Freshman of the Year. The list goes on and on. So Jordan's a stud. That's the end. And most recently, an Alliance All-Star Game coach and 10U AFCS National Championship Game color commentator. Jordan, welcome to the car ride home.
Thanks for having me. I think my commentating is the biggest award that I have on that list for sure.
Let's go. It was really good too. So we'll have to bring that back out. We always set the stage in the car. So you're in control of the music. What are we listening to on the car ride home?
Definitely either SZA or Drake. Yeah.
Favorite Drake song?
That's a really tough question. I have a Drake air freshener hanging from my mirror in my car. So I'm a really, really big Drake fan. But I'd say my current favorite song is Raining in Houston. It's from his new album. Yeah. He shouts out Texas A&M actually in it. So
I know. Yeah. My heart. Okay, I got to listen to that. You guys send that to me. I do love some Drake. Where are we eating on the car ride home?
If it's post-game at UCLA, I would say probably In-N-Out or Hibachi Poppy, which is in Westwood. But if it was travel ball, then something more sit down, but anything in the air, anything that's close to the field. Yeah.
Would you rather be the driver or the passenger in the car?
Passenger. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I actually hate driving.
Well, especially in LA.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's the worst. If I could never drive ever again, I think the quality of my life would increase greatly, honestly.
Who's the best driver on your team? Who's the go-to driver for UCLA?
Lefty drives me the most, I would say. And then I would say Tins too. Yeah, because me and Tins are also roommates, so then we'll drive together sometimes too.
Why did I just feel like Lefty, the catcher, she just seems...
Yeah, it's on brand.
Yeah,
it's on brand.
So I would imagine you spent quite a bit of time as a youth athlete too, commuting to practice and to tournaments. When I ask you what's the most memorable car ride home, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I think my junior and senior year being on Mercado, just driving from the Bay Area to Riverside or wherever we were playing or practicing, I think those car rides specifically stand out the most. Something that my parents did a really good job of, though, I'd say, is the first thing they would ask me when I get into the car is, are you hungry? Where do you want to eat? It was never about softball first, which I feel helped my relationship a lot. I was always the one initiating the conversation about softball or the games, whatever. So I think that made it a lot easier for me to be able to process the games and then want to talk about it or practice whenever I was ready to talk about it too. So
such good. Was there a difference of mom and dad, or were they about the same on the car ride?
I would say they're the same. Yeah, they do a good job balancing each other out. I would say my mom, she's more we're very similar. So she understands me. And then I would say Noel, my stepdad, he is definitely more the one that kind of calms us out for sure. Yeah.
It's good balance there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Jordan, I can't talk about the car ride home without mentioning our car ride after the All-Star game. I've got you're in the car, Natasha Watley's in the car. I'm with these legendary Bruins driving through the cornfields of Indiana from Kokomo. Can you reenact Natasha seeing for the first time ever what are lightning bugs?
Yeah, oh my gosh. No, that was and we were on this, like, the road had no lights. It was literally black, and we were, like, bouncing in the car, like, sideways because we were on, like, this gravel lot road. I don't even know what we were on. And then Natasha saw lightning bugs, and she didn't even know. She had no idea what they were, and it was so funny. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
I kept seeing lightning bugs after that. I just hear like, are those real? Like,
No,
oh,
it was so funny. Oh my gosh.
the city girls cruising
I know.
the street.
There's no
Pokemon.
lightning bugs in LA. Like,
That makes sense. Well, I want to go back. Let's set the stage of what your introduction to softball looked like. Do you remember that first time that you started getting introduced to the game? Like, can you set the scene of what that looked like?
yeah, I started playing when I was 4, and I was the youngest on the team always until probably my junior, senior year when I was in 18s. And then when I was younger, I was really not that good. Like, when you're younger, you know, the worst person always plays right field and, like, bats last when you're, like, 4 and 5 years old. So that was me, like, my first few years of softball. But I just loved playing. And, like, I thought when the girl who would bat first would hit a home run, I thought it was me hitting a home run. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so fun. I love this so much. And, like, I just loved being in the dugout. So, like, at that point, it was just so much fun. And, like, the love grew. And then eventually, like, around 6th, 7th grade, I kind of got a little bit better. And that's when I started getting recruited. And then in 8th grade, I committed to UCLA. And then after that, it's been kind of a blur, honestly, since then. Yeah.
It's quite the transition from 4 years old to 14 years old. I forgot you're in that period of early recruiting. Do you remember that moment that you moved from recreational ball to travel ball? Do you remember, like, what was that conversation with your parents? Like, how did you guys find a team? Do you remember what that looked like?
Yeah, there was a rec ball, like, travel team that I first started on. It was called Concord Glory as my first, like, ever, like, travel team. And our team was, like, super, super good. It was great. Like, we lost, like, 1 game in, like, 2 years, I think. And then after that, I went to, like, a real travel ball team that was kind of close to my house still, too. And then in 6th grade is when I kind of got into a more serious travel ball team, Lady Magic, which is still around today, too. Yeah, so that was my first, like, really serious travel ball team, and that was in Sacramento. So me and my parents would commute, like, an hour and a half from my school to Sacramento and, like, Elk Grove for practices. So it was kind of a cool transition, like, a little bit lower level, and then kind of got better. And then, like, Lady Magic was, like, kind of like my catapulting travel ball team for sure.
When do you think you fell in love with the game? Do you think it was at the very beginning, or was it later on?
Yeah, I definitely think at the beginning, like, even being in the dugout was always so fun to me. And just, like, even being in the outfield when I didn't even know what I was doing in the outfield was just fun. And, like, just, like, I love cheering. Like, that's, like, my favorite part of softball, I would say. So being in the dugout, just being able to cheer and, like, hang out with your friends, it was so fun to me. Yeah.
So it was love at first sight then with
Yeah.
the game. What about, so you said your junior year is when you then started playing with Athletics Mercado, which is actually in Southern California. So to put in
Yeah.
perspective, that's what, 6 hours? Like, how far of a drive is that?
Like 6 to 8 hours, depending where in LA or, like, Riverside area we were practicing. Yeah.
What went into, so you're already committed at that point. What went into that decision to start making that commute and playing with Dave?
At first, my team fell apart, so it was kind of like I had to find a place to play. But then it honestly worked out for the best. Me and my parents were talking about it. Like, they wanted me to be in the best position to be prepared to go into UCLA and be able to start as a freshman. And, like, for them to be able to make that commitment was insane. Like, we would drive to LA, like, every weekend, which was literally insane. Friday after school, we'd get in the car, and then Sunday night after our games or practices, we would head back home. I think it was just my parents knew I wanted it so bad, and, like, knew the goals I had for myself, and they were willing to, like, work with that. My stepdad, Noel, he works from home, and my mom's a nurse, so she has a pretty flexible schedule too, so they were able to make it work too, which is awesome.
That's awesome. Well, it worked out as you're at UCLA. So, man, I forgot that you must have been one of the last classes then to commit that early before they changed the recruiting rules. What was that like as a 14-year-old, not only going through the recruiting process, but you're talking to Lisa Fernandez and Kelly I in the most historic, one of the most historic softball programs. You remember what that was like?
It was crazy, honestly. I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy I got recruited then, because now recruiting seems so insane. So even though I was really young, I think it was definitely more I don't want to say relaxed, but kind of in the way of like, you just send emails and they show up to your games, versus now it's like you have to post, like there's money involved, all this stuff that like goes into it, where before it was just like, I'm just going to watch you play softball and, oh, you're good, so come on a visit. So I feel like that kind of made it easy in a sense. But I would say when I got to UCLA, I just instantly fell in love. And I feel like that love has stayed since I've been in 8th grade, which is cool to see. And like, I was on campus, I was talking to Coach I still remember being in her office when she asked me, she was like, oh, do you want to be a Bruin? I was like, yes. And like Coach Lisa would like jumped off the desk. It was just such a like surreal moment. So for now to be full circle and me to be in my 4th year, it's just really, really cool. Yeah.
It's really cool. Don't worry. We're gonna talk from UCLA, but I want to chat travel ball, because obviously a big part of our membership are travel ball players. You were actually, so it must have been your first year with Athletics Mercado. You were a member of the first ever national championship team. So as a junior, you guys win that 1800 national championship. I recently looked at the roster of who was on that team, and it's no surprise that both teams were in that national championship game, you and the Texas Bombers. What do you remember from that national championship year back in 2021?
It was honestly one of the most fun years I've ever had playing softball. I think because at the time it was kind of like a weird post-COVID, so we didn't ever stop playing for high school softball. Like we were practicing from fall all the way to whenever we finished travel ball in August. So we were almost together for a year straight. So I think that time we spent together like really made us a lot closer too. And I think that showed when we were playing. And like even just the talent on that team was literally insane. Like I've never been on a team so full of talent. It was just cool. I was like new on the team. My fall, like I honestly really struggled in my first fall with the team. Like I could not hit the ball to save my life. Like if you ask Dave, he'll probably say I was like 0 for 70 because he like wants to be dramatic. But like it was pretty bad. But then like January hit and I like things kind of turned around, and then we just kind of hit the ground running, honestly, especially in summer. We would go on a lot of road trips too. And like during those tournaments, we would stay together as a team. So like there'd be 3 or 4 girls in a room and we would spend so much time together. And I think that's like what made us so close and like made it so much more fun too.
I think that's an important point where you said, so you're brand new on the team, you're probably nervous, and you start off not hitting. I guarantee there's a lot of athletes out there that are either going through it or have gone through that. What got you through those moments, especially being new to the team?
I think my parents, and then one of the other girls on the team was from Northern California too, Sydney Peterson. She went to LSU and now she's at CBU. So we were kind of in it together. And I think her being by my side, and then my parents too, like just those car rides where like I would be in tears sometimes, like from when we left practice or the games to like we got home like 5 hours later, just like upset. But my parents stuck through it with me and they were like, it's gonna be okay. And that was honestly my first like taste of failure, I would say. And like all my travel ball experiences before, I played every game, I was batting in the 3 spots. So like I was kind of humbled in a way, but I think I needed that, and it prepared me for UCLA too, because I think if I didn't have that experience, I would have gone into UCLA almost with like too big of a head almost and been overconfident. And like it made me learn that I had to work for what I wanted, and like things aren't just going to be handed to me too, which is a nice like lesson to learn. It was hard in the moment for sure, but like looking back, I'm really, really grateful for that experience too.
Such a great lesson for all of us, right? Because this game will humble you at some point.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to say these names: Nyjah Kennedy, Sydney Berzon, Megan Grant, Jocelyn Erickson, Maya Davis, Jordan Woolery. I can go on and on. What do all those names have in common? Jordan, do you remember?
We're all in the All-American game or the All-Star game.
That is our 2022 Alliance All-Star class, which is absolutely insane. But what do you remember from, besides those names and your teammates, what do you remember from that game and that experience?
It was super fun. It was my first time ever playing on TV, which was really cool. I was like, wait, this is like kind of an out-of-body experience. And then it was just cool, like seeing Meg there, because we weren't teammates, but we were like, obviously I knew Meg just going into UCLA. And then some of the girls from Mercado too were on my team. And then even Avery Hodge from LSU, we're still really good friends now too. And she was on my team at the All-American game. So it was just cool, like kind of full circle, even seeing the girls when we play each other. It's always fun to see them. And like even all this stuff we got to, I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is like unreal. Like we got so much stuff.
It's funny. And how did I forget? Lefty, Alexis Ramirez, was also
Yeah.
part of the game and hits the home run, ends up as MVP. So sorry, Alexis. I should have mentioned her name as well. Okay, I have to get you to say this because, like, not to toot our own horn of the AFCS, but you came back this year and were a part of it. And Hat Day has become this thing, right? Like Elite Eight hats. And the first time it happened was your year in 2021. Can you just summarize what Elite Eight Hat Day is like?
It's the best day ever, honestly. Like, it's so exciting because growing up, you see on TV, they get hats when they win super regionals. So it's like the exact same feeling you experience that for the first time. You're like, oh, we made it out of super regionals. Like, we're going to the World Series, and just like seeing the hat that says Elite Eight on it, it's just like the best feeling ever, honestly. Yeah.
I love it. It made me happy when you started talking about it as an alumni. But it's cool. We have a ton of fun with it too as we pass out the hats. What was it like for you to be back as now a alumni of the AFCS and of the All-Star Game? What did you take away from that experience and being back?
It was really cool. It's crazy that I'm going into my senior year, and like these girls who are playing in the game, I'm going to be playing against them in a few months, which is really cool to see. So it was just cool. It honestly did make me feel a little bit old though, because like they are so young, and I'm like, wow, like this is the next generation. Like in a few years, we're going to be hearing about all their names, like top 10 finalists, all the things. So it's just like cool to see kind of a full circle moment too.
I'll let you brag a little bit too, because you guys won. You also had a moment too, I think a coaching moment. Did you win a challenge?
Yes, I won the review. I was so happy because we were talking about reviewing the whole entire game, and then finally we got a chance, and then it got overturned. I was like, yes. I was like, Coach Lisa's going to be so proud of me right now.
Have you officially told them that you are 1 for 1 on your coach's review?
Oh, yeah. I was bragging to Coach Lisa as soon as I saw her.
We're going to put that on record. Jordan Woolery has a undefeated record of overturning challenges there. Okay, I do want to talk. I want to talk UCLA, and I already mentioned Megan Grant. I know, obviously, both of you guys have played in the Alliance. You've both been all-stars. You've both been back. One half of Bash Brothers, correct? Is that
Bruin Bombers is our? That's what we
Bruin
like.
Bombers.
Yeah.
Bruin Bombers. How did that come about with the name?
Honestly, it was our SID Vinny. He just came up with it, and we liked it, so it stuck. Yeah.
I was looking at y'all's stats. So last year you combined for 49 home runs and 167 RBIs. Did I get that? And it's funny because you led in RBIs, Megan led in home runs. What's that friendly competition battle look like?
I feel like, honestly, it's weird that it's no competition, because even this year, like, our goal was to hit 50 home runs, and I'm like, sorry, Meg, I should have hit one more. But so, like, we're, like, in it together, which makes it way easier to, like, tackle and achieve, because I feel like a lot of times when you're, like, chasing stats, it can be really hard to just do that on your own. But, like, if me and Meg are like, oh, we're at 40, we're, like, so close, like, it makes it easier. When I see Meg, I'm like, oh, Meg can do it, so I can do it too, you know?
No, I think that's real though, Jordan, because how many times, whether it's like 2 pitchers on a team, 2 star hitters or players, like it could go the other way, but it seems very authentic and genuine that you guys are really just pushing each other. Is that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, and Meg has such a strong work ethic. I feel like we were talking the other day, like the wooden pyramid's obviously like the biggest part of like UCLA in general. And I feel like Meg is like, there's like 2 cornerstones, enthusiasm and industriousness. And I feel like me and Meg are like the 2, because she's like so industriousness and I feel like I'm so enthusiasm. So like we need each other to be successful in a way.
Does that carry over? Like what is practice? What does a BP session with you 2 look like?
It's funny because in BP, like we're just like hitting. I wouldn't say there's like, oh, you did this, so I need to do this. It's just like, we always do these scenarios where we're in super regionals, we're playing so-and-so, and like the crowd is booing you and you have a full count, and it's like the most dramatic situation, and then like we'll hit a home run and then it's like go crazy. So it's just like we try and make it as fun as possible too, because like it can be really serious, like really fast too.
What do you guys do? I would imagine, because you're not in school yet, because UCLA has the quarters. What does that summer look like for you all as hitters? Like I would imagine you're hitting on your own. Like what's this look like?
for me personally, it's been a lot of tee. And my focus this summer has been more of the up ball specifically, just because my swing is so vertical, so down's a lot easier for me to hit. So like a lot of up ball focus, a lot of high tee, some up front toss. Not too much live, I would say, but once we start more live, get our eyes back, machine, stuff like that too.
I looked at your stats, which your stats are incredible for all 3 years. But there was a big jump, especially in home runs, that you went from sophomore to junior year. And RBIs, it looks like too. What do you attribute that to? Was it specific work that you were doing in the off season? Was it mental? What do you think that changed?
I think a lot of mental, and I attribute my RBIs to Jess and Sav fully, because if they're not on base, I can't hit them in. So all my RBI credit goes to them for sure. And then with home runs, I would say just put pitch selection for sure. Coach Lisa told me this year a lot, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And just because I can hit a pitch doesn't mean I should hit it. Because sometimes I feel like, especially for me, I'll get caught up in almost ego hitting just because I'm like, oh, I can hit that. But turning those into better pitches to hit, I feel like this year turned my singles into doubles and my doubles into home runs from the last few years.
Ego hit. I like that analogy there. Was there anything with that, with pitch selection, anything specific you worked on, or was it just kind of mental approach, you think?
I think just getting more pitches in the zone, because I do like more low balls, but if the pitch is at my ankles, it's going to be hard for me to hit it out. But if it's a little bit high, knee height, shin height, it's going to be a better pitch for me to drive into the gaps or over the fence. So I think just being more specific with my strengths and honing in on my strengths too.
Okay, so it's funny that you two played out these scenarios of super regionals and big home runs, because you had the big home run, the walk-off home run game 2 of super regionals at South Carolina, where you guys are literally a strike away from being eliminated. And then your teammate, Megan Grant, has the big home run in the World Series. Which one did you get more excited about?
Definitely Megan's. As soon as she swung, I was on first base. I put my hands up and I instantly started crying, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best moment of my life. This is so awesome. Definitely I got more excited for Megan's, because it was and we were at the World Series. So it's the best stage, the biggest. And I think it was the 7th inning for Megan's too, right? Yeah. It was so
7th inning, 2 outs.
Yeah. So I think Megan's, just because I was on base too. So I literally started crying as soon as she swung. I was like, oh yeah, it's going over.
Well, in your home run, at least as a fan I'm watching, to me it was there's no doubt she's about to hit this ball out. Were you thinking the same? Were you thinking the same exact thing? What was your approach?
I was really just trying to focus on hitting it hard, because I was kind of struggling the at-bats before and the day before too. So I think was just focusing on hitting it hard. And I knew Sab got a hit, because she literally got a hit every single time she went to bat. So I was like, okay. And once Sab gets on, I'm going to get a chance. And honestly, the pitching change was good, because I was able to slow down, where I feel like if it was the same pitcher, it kind of would have been almost rushing to the next pitch or rushing to get me to the box. So it was nice. I had a lot of time to slow down before my bat even started too.
And I know I asked you this already this summer, and I'm sure everybody listening wants to know, because I'm watching, obviously after Megan hits the home run, she maybe misses home plate. But you're in there in the dugout with her, just standing right there. Did you say anything to her, or what were you saying to her? Or were you just kind of hey, I'm right here for you, as you guys are waiting? It felt like eternity for this call.
No, it literally felt like we were waiting for hours. It was so long. But I was just kind of standing with her. We kind of have we obviously talk a lot, but I feel like in those tough moments, we almost have an unspoken I got you, you got me type of thing. Especially in any moment that we face together, I think we know we have each other's back. So I just wanted to be there, and I was like, if we go down, I'm right here with you. But if we're up, I'm right here too with you. So I just wanted to be there for her, and it was a big moment. So I wanted to have her back for sure.
You could, as watching, you could tell. So and just knowing you, even knowing you better after this summer, you're the ultimate teammate. I want to be teammates, Jordan. But I was looking too, so I totally stalked your all of your stats. But I think some important things that competing, quote unquote, with a teammate. But the other is changing positions, because how often we grow up playing this position through travel ball, and then we have to make a change once we get to college. So I've got 60 games at third base, 119 games at first base. What was that change like for you, and how did you handle that in a way that would be advice to young players too when they have to change?
I think this was the year I was least expecting to play third. So it was kind of ironic that I actually ended up playing third the most this year. But I think just being willing to do whatever the team needs. I mean, I was obviously no one was expecting Alina to go down this year. And we wanted her to be our shortstop every day just because she's so awesome. But Kanaya did a great job stepping in and filling that spot. And I feel like I wanted to almost be there to support Kanaya more than anything, because I was like, okay, I'm the one with a little bit more experience here. I want to be there to support her and have her back. So I was like, I'm going to do my best so she could do her best too, and she feels comfortable at short, because we're kind of both in this new position now too. So yeah.
It's awesome advice though for just that mindset. I think not everybody has that, and I think it's a really good takeaway for young players too, to at the highest level to see what's going on. You mentioned, I didn't even think about, we saw you guys compete in a World Series, and the world didn't get to see Alina Garcia.
I know, which is crazy. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about her and just her, especially her defense, and what you've seen and what we can all expect this season?
You guys should expect everything, honestly. She's going to come back with a vengeance. And even in her first 2 or 3 weekends that she played, she showed out to a different level, especially as a freshman too. So I'm excited for her comeback season. It's going to be really, really exciting. Yeah.
Look out for the Bruins in 2020 here. What is it like as a player in this day and age of the transfer portal, where you've got players that are leaving, you've got players that are coming in? How do you handle that?
For me, I just feel like I love the Bruins and I love UCLA, and it's just such a special place. So anyone who wants to come in and join the Bruin bubble, we welcome them with open arms for sure. And it's just a really cool opportunity to play with new people. Even this year, one of our pitchers, Sydney from Arizona, she was actually in the Alliance game too. And so it's just cool to be able to play with her. And then Sujin, actually from Iowa, I played high school softball with her, which is crazy that we're getting to play together again. So I think it does bring some cool opportunities, but also there is some downsides, I would say too, especially with NIL factors. So I think it's a tough spot to be in, especially as a college athlete too.
Yeah, it's just different, right? But it is the reality of what you guys have to do. One thing that's not different is the history and legacy of UCLA softball. So I'm sure, and I can see you beaming already when I just say UCLA softball, but what is that like to put on the UCLA uniform every day and then going out to your field and just seeing all the legends that have played there? What is that experience like?
It's really cool, honestly. Sometimes I not forget, but one day I was packing and I brought my uniforms home and I was like, wow, I really played for UCLA softball. This is crazy. I have this uniform in my house with me right now. It's just crazy and almost out of body almost, especially when you turn around when we're doing defense and you just see all the iconic Bruins, all the championships on the wall. So it's just a really cool experience every day for sure.
It is. Wait, am I doing it correct? How do we do the Bruin bubble? I should know this.
Well, you can do some fours up or
fours up.
Yeah, fours up.
Okay, got it. I am surrounded by Bruins all the time, so I need to figure this part out. What about playing for? I just growing up, we watched Lisa Fernandez, and still she comes out to recruit. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's Lisa Fernandez. What is she like as a coach?
She's awesome. It's crazy to see that someone who has achieved such greatness is willing to change for the betterment of her athletes that she's coaching. I think that takes so much humility, but also so much willingness to learn too. Coach Lisa's constantly learning, and she's constantly sending us videos, stuff to focus on, stuff to work on. She's always checking in with us. So I think for someone to be so great, but also still wanting to learn and wanting to expand her game and figure out what's going on now and what all the new things are too. I think it's really impressive, and it's cool even from my freshman year how much she's evolved to become a better coach too. It's awesome. Yeah,
I love that. Just continue. That's what made her great, right? As a player too. What does life look like after senior year for you? What have you been thinking about? What would you like for that path to look like?
Definitely playing in AUSL. Hopefully Coach Lisa can draft me too. That'd be, oh my gosh, that'd be perfect. But yeah, playing in AUSL probably for a couple years, and then hopefully some Olympic aspirations too with Team USA would be awesome. Yeah.
I saw that you took a visit. You and some of your teammates went to watch the AUSL games. What was that experience like?
It was really cool because especially even when I came into college, even playing pro was not really like anything in my head or kind of even a factor, honestly. Like AUSL was just starting out, so I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this, but now I'm like, I really want to be a part of it. And like even all the Bruins that are in it right now, like especially Maya too, like we're such good friends, so like I'm hoping to get a chance to play with her and Meg again too.
Did you talk to any of them about just what their experience was like and what they share with you?
Maya really liked it a lot. And one of our other coaches, Will, he's on staff too with the Talons, and Coach Kirk too. So like they were telling us a lot about it and they really liked it. And it was just like, it's really cool how much it's grown and how much they are being treated like professionals, where I feel like before it was kind of like professional, but there wasn't too much exposure. They weren't being treated with the best conditions, but now it's in a really good spot. And I feel like it's going to grow even more of these next few years too.
It's exciting. I think it's fun even that like you can sit there and say, hey, I want to play pro. I want to play in AUSL. It hasn't always been that way. And you guys going to watch and support too, I think is a big deal. So I'm excited for you about this draft class, by the way.
I know, it's crazy. I'm like, there's so many good people. Like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, it's going to be good.
All right, we'll remove yourself from this. Will kind of transition to our rapid fire. Who's your number one overall pick if you had a pick from this class? And you can't pick a Bruin. How about that?
Okay. I feel like it has to be a pitcher. So I feel like it's maybe a pitcher who hits. I don't know. I feel like either if Jordy plays, I feel like it might be her because she hits too. But if she doesn't play, then I feel like it'll probably be Nyjah, honestly. Yeah. Just because pitchers, they got to go first, you know?
Pitchers.
Yeah.
That's fair. This draft class, it's going to be fun. So we need more teams so that we can get more players drafted here.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to drop a few just little rapid fire questions here. First one's pretty, but what's your most vivid memory of travel ball? And we'll just say, what's your most vivid memory of travel ball?
I think definitely winning Alliance my junior year. Yeah, that was so fun. And like the Champ Series experience was really fun too. It's my first time ever doing something like that. So I think it made it more cool, like winning game 1 and then playing game 2. And then like after winning game 2, like we were champions. So it was lit, honestly. Yeah.
Y'all's team was lit. What were y'all doing? Like pull-ups or something?
Pull-ups in the dugout. Like, yeah, just random stuff.
That was a fun team. That is most of them gone on to very successful college careers as well. Give me the best Dave Mercado quote, or did he have like a go-to saying? Can you do a Coach Mercado impression?
I don't know if anything that he says could be repeated on this podcast. But I would say the most... I don't know if I can say anything.
That's hilarious.
Oh, okay. I actually do have one. Okay, it was when I first got to the team in fall. It was like our second or third weekend. And I wasn't doing very good. And he literally told me, I've known him for like 3 or 4 weeks. And he's like, if one more coach asks me how I got Jordan Woolery on my team, I'm going to throw up. I was like, okay, like, my bad, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Sorry.
Like, I guess my bad. I don't know. I was on the team literally for like 3 weeks. I'm not even kidding. And he told me that. I was like, okay, thanks, I guess.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I actually think your answer of just not being able to repeat is like, boom, spot on.
Yeah.
Hilarious. All right. Best piece of World Series swag that you've gotten so far. I feel like y'all get so much more cool stuff than we got.
This year, we got these Nike sunglasses that were really, really cute. Like, they were really good. Or we also got, like, this, last year it was, maybe? I don't know. One of the years we got, like, this really cute sweatsuit, too. Like, a black Nike sweatsuit. So, yeah. They hook
It's
us up for sure.
so much cooler. I got a blanket, I think one year. I got a really cool blanket. And then like iPods had just came out. I'm gonna date myself, and they had waterproof iPod case thing.
Oh, a case. A case.
Oh yeah, you
got
got an iPod. Or what'd you get?
Wait, an iPod would be cool. That'd be, or if they gave us iPads, oh my gosh, they should give iPads next year. Everyone
Putting
would
it
love
out there. We're putting it out there. The budgets have gone up from our
So
blanket days. I think I got
maybe an
t-shirt.
iPad could be in the mix.
There we go. Okay, ideal. We're gonna put this out there, Jordan. Your ideal NIL deal, and why?
Honestly, any makeup brand, but specifically, I would say Summer Fridays. It's like the lip gloss, big fit. Like during the games, like they could clip me in the dugout. Like I'll be in my backpack putting on more lip gloss during the game.
Okay, we're putting this out. We're cutting this clip. Summer Friday.
Right? Summer Friday, please.
Coming for you here. You're gonna get a lot of TV time, so let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Most interesting place you've traveled to now that you guys are in the Big Ten, which is so weird to say.
Most for only Big Ten.
We'll go Big Ten and then just anywhere in general.
Okay, anywhere. I would say definitely Kansas. We went there for Alliance my senior year. Really insane place, honestly. But for the Big Ten, we went to Iowa. I'm sorry, but that was insane. Us going to Iowa. Like, the Bruins in Iowa, like that sentence has never been said before until this year.
Do you what did that look like? Do you remember what airport you flew into?
I couldn't even tell you, but there was nothing. Like it was actually like how you think it looks on like in movies and TV when they say the Midwest, like the cornfields, is actually how it looks. Like there was nothing there. I was like, this is actually insane.
What was the bus conversation when you guys like are leaving the airport? You're headed to campus.
We were just like honestly in awe because none of us have ever been like to Midwest really. I mean, Tin's more so like because she's in Georgia, so it's like a little like more. She has Midwest experiences, but I'm like, this is crazy, guys. We need to stay in LA.
I always laugh at you California people because it's like California and then like everything else that is East.
No, that's how I know it's bad, but that's how we are.
All right. Toughest pitcher that you've ever faced?
I would say definitely Montana Fouts for sure.
What was it?
It was just like she had up and down. Like she had a awesome rise ball, as everyone knows, but then she also had drop. I think I struck out 3 times on her drop ball. I was like, okay, I thought we were sitting up, but okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to hit this.
Did y'all play in the World Series?
We played in Clearwater my freshman year.
Okay. Got it. What's your favorite place? Not at home at UCLA. What's your favorite stadium to play in?
I like Washington a lot with like the lake in the background. It's really, really cool. And then I love the Clearwater tournament too. It's just like, that's the best tournament. And I feel like that's where like your softball career is born in Clearwater. So it's just fun there. Yeah.
That's fair. Are you guys back? You're back this year, right?
Yeah.
Nice. We will be there. All right. And finally, Coach Evans used to always talk about legacy, but what do you want your legacy as a softball player to be, Jordan?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Leave with a big one there.
Yeah. I think just the biggest thing I try and lead with is always being a good teammate. I feel like that's the most controllable thing. Like a quote that I like try and live by is people won't remember what you do, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So I really try to like embody that in my everyday life and like just how I operate as a teammate. So I think just a teammate and then obviously a national championship too, hopefully this year. Yeah.
Let's go. Actually, I lied. I do have one more. Okay. What was your big takeaway from color commentating? And are we going to see a future of maybe calling some softball games in your...
Hopefully, yes. It was really, really fun because it's crazy. I used to really want to be a commentator. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to be on TV. But then this like reignited. I was like, okay, yeah, I actually really want to do this. But I would say my biggest takeaway was it's honestly hard. It's hard. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like, oh, just talking about softball, but it's like the timing. You can't talk when they're pitching because you don't want to interrupt the moment. And like, if the moment's big, like, oh, do you say something or do you let the just moment speak for itself? So there's like a lot of like intricacies to it, I feel like, which I didn't realize.
So cool. Our 10U national championship game has Jordan Woolery on the mic calling the game. Again, I appreciate you coming back and being a part of that whole experience. I think it's really cool for those young players to have our alumni come back. So I want to publicly say thank you again. And thanks for joining us on the car ride home.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. And I had so much fun being out there too. So
don't worry. Always open invitation, but you're going to be playing pro ball.
I know. Next year I'll be busy.
We'll figure it out. Figure it out. Thank you, Jordan. Hey, guys. We hope you're enjoying the Car Ride Home podcast. Hopefully, we're filling the air and making your car ride home a little bit more enjoyable. Please be sure to subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, and leave us a review. If you have any special guest or requests that you'd like to hear or have us bring a guest or a story onto the podcast, shoot us an email, info@thealliancefastpitch.com. We'd love to hear from you.